Hello and welcome back to our channel. It's been a while, and as you can see, we have a lot of people here, and we have our daughter Mira, who's married to our oldest son
Micah,
and then we have Scarlett, who is their oldest daughter, and then we have Selena, she's the second oldest, and then we have Skylar here, who is around, what,
he's 6 months.
6 months old.
Yes.
And so they are going to be in our video today. The video won't be too long. Normally I introduce it differently, but since we have the family here, we thought we would. And if the screen is shaking a little bit, it's our cat who keeps walking on our stand. So,
yes.
Anyways, so I'll let Bonnie do what she needs to do.
Okay, I'll hand the baby off to Mira. Okay, so Scarlett, this is Scarlett, and Scarlett is 7.
Yep, I just turned 7 this year.
And this is Selena. Selena is 2.
Yeah, she's about
And
to turn
Skylar's
3.
6 months.
She's about to turn 3.
And they're living with us now, and that's why we haven't been videoing, because we were getting the house ready for them to come, and then we were moving, and you'll see in a separate video my sewing room. We made our garage into my sewing room. So that is where we've been at. Short and simple, where we've been at. Okay, so if I'm going to have David pause it real quick.
Okay, we are back. Selena wanted to go play, and that is perfectly fine with us. So.
So I'm going to be showing you just a little bit of my work that I've been doing. I've been doing quite a bit, but I would have to show you all 24 of my whips, and I'm not about to do that. So I'm just going to show you what I did last week. And if it gets to be there's going to be children playing, so if that gets on your nerves, then I'm sorry, you might want to go away now.
She's making tea for everyone.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking about what I stitched on last week, and I am going to talk about real quick a new way I'm going to be stitching this next from now on, and then we'll do what's in the box, and I think that's it. So, okay. So I worked on Cottage Welcome. David will get them for me. Okay, there we are.
That's not good.
I didn't mean, well, David hurt his back, so he's having a hard time. He stretched a muscle. So Cottage Welcome, I've gotten quite a bit. I think I was working on the tree when you all saw me last. David, you want to hold that up closer? And I'm almost done. I have the letter E left over here. I've got this flower, another little flower here, a little picnic basket, and I am at, it says 70%. So that's where I'm at on Cottage Welcome by the Cricket Collection. And then I worked on Heritage Sampler for 2 days. And this is how far I got on this. This is on 18 count Ada. And here is a picture of it. David will have to show a better picture, and he'll post a picture up in case you have forgotten. It's by Plum Street Sampler. And here is where I'm at now. I've gotten all the way over here. I brought all this all the way down here. And so I'm getting there. I'm really enjoying that. And that was for the 13th and the 17th. I worked on that. And then I worked on Retro Camper by Living on a Rainbow. And I worked that on the 14th and the 16th. And show him a picture. Well, he'll post a picture. So this is where I'm at on here. So it's getting closer. I did most of this week, this side. And I finished this side. So there it is on that. And then the last one I stitched on this past week was Oh What Fun by Satsuma Street. And it's going to be my Christmas stocking. And there it is. And then here it is so far. So I worked on the J. It's going to say Joy right here. And I worked on that on Wednesday, the 15th, and on the 18th, which was yesterday. So David will put a picture of it up there. Okay, so that's what I worked on this past week. So the new way that I'm going to be stitching is David helped me come up with some names because I'm making progress, but I'm not making enough progress. And so I like to, how do you say it? I like to mix it up once in a while. And so on Sundays it's going to be Steadfast Sunday. I'm going to be doing an Advent calendar by Corey Batacore. And then multifarious. David came up with that. Multifarious Monday, and that means a mix of different projects. The next one will be Transportation Tuesday. Anything with transportation, whether it be a horse, a sleigh, anything that's is transportation. And then Wild Thing Wednesday, and that will be all animals. Any animal that I might have, I'm going to be working on that one. Tinsel Thursday will be Christmas. All my Christmas pieces will be spun on. All of these will be on the Decision Maker wheel, and so that's going to happen there. And then Fully Finished Friday. I want to fully finish one whip that I've already finished. I want to fully finish it. And I was working on one last night, and it has to glue for 24 hours, so you'll see it next week. And then on Saturday, I'm going to do Stocking Saturday, because I'd really like to have that stocking done by Christmas. And if I get it done in time, maybe I can start another stocking for somebody else in my family. So that is how I'm going to start stitching, and every day I'll be spinning the wheel. And then that's what I'm going to be doing there. So this is just a short video this week, and next week it'll be a little longer when the kids aren't all here and everything like that. They'll be upstairs. They live upstairs now, and we live down here. So
and it's been a blessing to have them
yes,
here.
it is. Yes, it has.
We get to see them every day, and we get to play games, and we get to go out and check. We had 10 brand new turkey babies born, hatched, and we've got chickens in the incubator, so we'll be having more and more things to show you. And if family isn't your thing, then this isn't your channel, because we're about family here. And we love our daughter, we love our grandkids, we love our son, and please pray for him. He has a few medical issues, and he's still in El Paso, but hopefully he'll be coming here soon. And just keep him in your prayers. And we're going to do what's in the box. So, start it.
Nana's not going to peek.
So you get to pull something out of here and hand it to Nana, and Nana will tell us about it. Look through there and find something. Okay.
Okay, let me feel it. I don't even know. Oh!
You don't know why they were in there.
I have not an idea. I think these were supposed to be in somebody's hair.
So these are rubber bands. If anyone, so they ended up in the what's in the box thing.
Okay, Starlight, you can pick another what's in the box.
Because we're not sure why they got in there.
I think that's just their hair ties.
Hey,
Yes.
stop.
You sure it's not the one that you used to make bracelets?
No.
Anything you want. Okay, now.
Oh, there's my stapler. I've looked forever for this stapler. This is my good stapler. Anyways, I use this to staple things like paper, you know, like I do a lot of PDFs. And so I print off a whole lot. So that's what a stapler is for. And of course everybody knows what a stapler is for. I think this might have been accidentally put in what's in the box, but
Just like the rubber bands.
Oh,
But that's okay. Now we found it, and
now we found it.
it won't be in the what's in the
Okay,
box next time.
Scarlett,
So
one more time. As you can tell, I put a lot of things in there when I was moving my sewing room. So
that
if you've got a creative reason for a stapler, let me know. Okay. Oh, okay. This will be a good one, Scarlett. Okay, so this is how, and if you're a regular follower of my channel, you'll be able to, you'll know what this is. But if you're not, this is how I keep my flosses I put them on drop, floss drops. And I put the names on them, or the numbers. And also, these are just craft tags I got off of Amazon, and I have different hole punches I use. And then these right here are all of these, but they're pre-threaded needles that I go through as I use as a number of these is called. I will thread it, and I have it in this bag so that when I need it, it'll be already pre-threaded. That has saved me a ton of time. I don't have to go look. I don't have to sit there and cut it out. I just, whenever I'm running out, I just put a new piece on here and it's ready to go. And then I have a box that I put these in when I'm done with the
cross stitch.
project, my whip. I will put these in a box, and then when these numbers are called for again in a different project, I already have them threaded and everything like that. So that's what that's for, and that's how I do my flosses.
Okay.
Don't put them back in there because.
Okay. All right, Scarlett. What do you want to tell the people about the channel?
It is good to be blessed and it's great. It is great to be blessed and for our day. The secret sky is actually supposed to be the moon.
Oh, the secret spy is the moon. Okay.
And please like and subscribe.
All right.
All right.
Please like and subscribe. And we're happy to have everyone here, and we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Hello everybody, this is Bonnie from the Nerdy Magpie. I am back with an extra Flosstube, and that is going to be my craft room. It was our garage, and now it's turned in my craft room. I was going to have a craft room upstairs, but since we talked last, our grandchildren and daughter-in-law have moved into our house, so they have the upper part of the house where my craft room was going to be, and we decided this would be the best room for my craft room. So I am going to turn you around and show you what I have been doing. Let me see if I can figure this out. I'm going to pause you and then I'll be back. Okay, let's start at the beginning. So this is the part where Dave and I usually film. This here, and I hope you're going to be able to see it, but this here is my kitted projects. There's my travel case. I love it. It has all my vintage notions in it. And then here's some of my hardbound books. And then I've got my magazines right here. And then I've got some extra things there. My bow making kit, my finishes. And those are all my manuals and my finish box. So, and as we go from there, I've got, sorry if I'm going to make you sick. I hope I'm not. These are my these are 3 extras. Let's see here. So I've got different things in there. One is I do crochet amigurumi. This one here is just some extras. And this here is my beads. I make scissor pulls, or zipper pulls and stuff. That's all right there. So this here is my labeled kits. These are kits that are fully, like my Mill Hill kits, and I have kits that everything is kitted. You buy them that way. And then here's some more of my kits. So that's what's in there. Up here is all extra DMC. That's 2 wide, so, and 3 long, so that's there. And then this is more DMC, and then all these boxes here are my DMC. And that's extra chargers right here. And this is some floss stuff that I use to stuff things with. And this here is what I use to make my project bags, my interfacing. And this here is all like Weeks Dye Works, silks, all kinds of things in there. I need to get busy and redo that. So okay, up at the top is a circus kit that I have from the 1970s, and it's all the circus animals, and everything's made by Fisher Price. And then all of these are my my little charts by designer. And then these are just some things that I like, and little Chotsky things I have. And in the first aid kit and the other box, I have some cross-stitching things in there. And then down here is all my scraps of fabric in those 4 containers, and that's a kitted up project, a sewing project right there. And then in this dresser here, it is stocked full of fabric that I use for projects and different things like that. Okay, up here in these magazine holders are all my big charts by designers. I start with A and go alphabetical, and that's all the way down here. And then that's an extra container. Those are like lavender and lace. This pink down here is lavender and lace. This here is, I bought this from a lady, and I think I paid like $10 for it. And it's full of pearl cotton. So that's what's in there. Now I've come back over here. There's some books that I like. They love to stick things up where they don't belong. But anyways, those are books that I like. I was a school teacher, so I love children's literature. And then these are beads, some more beads. And then these are crossword puzzles, mystery puzzles, stuff like that. And then these are do-it-yourself kits. They make like those book, I think they're called book ends or something like that. And then down there is some little baby buttons that I use for children's clothes and for doll clothes. As you come around the corner, those are all my needle minders. I had quite a bit, but I got rid of some because they were just not interesting to me. And then here's some more little things. There's my mystery box that you've seen on our channel. And this over here is where the little girl and little boy is. Those are my button boxes. And then down here, I have all my notions and things. That's Q-snaps. This here is hot glue gun and all the accessories for that. And then these are square hoops and round hoops. And down here is my iron and my ironing supplies. Those are what's in there. And here, this is all what I make my tags with. This whole box is what I make my tags with. And then in there is the punches I use to make my tags. And then down down here behind everything is more things that I have labeled and things like that. Not as important as the other things. Okay, all of these is where I have my sewing scissors, my pinking shears, and my rotary cutter. And then in here, I have a labeler, a punch for my happy planner. And then these two right here have my sewing machine feet in there. And I will show you how I do that. I have them all labeled. And I have screwdrivers that I need. Here's some more sewing machine feet. There's another box underneath there. Okay. Try to turn you very, very slowly. But this is my 2 sergers. I have another one that's being repaired by my husband. And then this here is my faithful sewing machine, my Emerald, that I love. These are my embroidery scissors. And then I have my pins in that one, in the middle one. And then in here I have more accessories that I use. This is a smaller embroidery machine, and this is a bigger embroidery machine that I am going to learn how to work on this year. And then up here, then in these I have different label things. I have miscellaneous machine parts, my sewing rulers. I have sewing parts for my machines. This has I don't have a label, but those are my cords. I have bias tape over here, elastic, anything you can imagine I have in all of those. So that's what's in there. I have embroidery machine thread in there, and I've got my cones of thread in there. What good sewing room doesn't have a refrigerator with all the drinks in it? I try to keep that stocked. There's an embroidery thing. This is where I watch all my Flosstubes. Today was April 9th, and my parents got me this spider plant. I love it. And then these are all sewing machine things that I need. My bobbins, my hooks and eyes. You can see what I labeled them as. And then on the side here is a whole bunch of sewing rulers. Then I will be spray painting this cabinet. Just haven't got around to it. So up here is an old tool chest that I found and I really like. I love antique things. And in this chest, let's see if I can open it. It's kind of hard to open. I have my punch needle. I have my yarn holders. I have a whole bunch of different things. I've got extra glues and ribbon and my knitting stuff, my quilt kits, my safety eyes, my knit projects, my crochet hooks. Down here's all my drawing things and more stuffing, more books of stuff. So that's what's in here. Sorry, this table's in a little bit of a mess, but this is my cutting table. Here's another machine, another Viking that lasts forever. This here is finishing material to fully finish things. And over here is pens, pencils, things I like to draw with, all kinds of too many things. And then here's a light. I love my lights. There's a magnifying light. And that has my different pencils, pens, things the kids my grandkids can come and take out and do. This here is my grandbaby's art bin. It's got every kind of art thing you can imagine in there. I do need to get more paper for them. That is one thing I don't have enough of. You don't think of everything when you don't have children around anymore, but when they come, then you find out what you really need. This is my chair, of course. I need to get another one. This is all my drawing stuff. All my crayons and pens and friction pens. I have 2 drawers of friction pen. I did not know I had that many because everything was packed away. I never have to buy another friction pen ever. And then I'm going to slowly bring you this way. And this is my puzzle table. I love to do puzzles. I love to play games. So there's all that. So now I will show you my whole room. I have my favorite doll up there, and my stuffed animals, my jelly cats, and my Cuddle and Kind, and my Mile, I think it's Mile, rabbit. I found all those at the secondhand store. And there we are. And there's Kazooie on his stand. Say hello, Kazooie. All right, well, that's my craft room. It took me about 3 weeks to finish it. And I am very happy with it. I'm getting used to it again. But I'm excited to start sewing again and crafting. So, okay, well, thank you. Bye.